Imagine this, a scam so massive it is called the biggest in India's history. Rupees 1.76 lakh crore allegedly stolen from the people. TV channels running countdowns, protesters shouting chor chor outside parliament, the government cornered, ministers resigning, and the opposition smelling blood. That's how the 2G scam exploded into India's collective consciousness. But here is the twist. Nearly 15 years later, not a single conviction. Not even one. Same with the Commonwealth Games scam, once the pride of anti-UPA outrage. Same with Coalgate, the rupees 1.86 lakh crore daylight robbery. So what happened? Were these real scams or just political grenades? Was the UPA corrupt or was India duped into believing it was? Hello, I'm Tejas and you're watching Honest Take on Lokmat Times. Today, we tear open the file on the UPA scams that changed Indian politics forever and ask, did we, the public, fall for the biggest narrative scam of all? Let's begin with the 2G spectrum case, the so-called mother of all scams. In 2010, the Comptroller and Auditor General CAG dropped a bombshell. Telecom Minister A. Raja had allocated spectrum licenses at 2001 rates, ignoring market value. The CAG estimated a presumptive loss of rupees 1.76 lakh crore to the exchequer. Rupees 1.76 lakh crore. That number was repeated like gospel on every channel, every debate, every election speech. The BJP, then in opposition, pounced. They called it looting, they called it daylight robbery. In 2012, the Supreme Court even cancelled 122 telecom licenses, calling the process arbitrary and unconstitutional. It seemed like a done deal, scam proven, Raja was arrested. DMK's Kanimoi too. But then, in 2017, a twist. A special CBI court acquitted all 18 accused. Why? Because the prosecution had zero evidence of criminal intent or quid pro quo. The judge, O.P. Saini, went so far as to say the charge sheet was well choreographed based on non-reading and misreading of the records. The rupees 1.76 lakh crore, it was a notional loss, not actual theft. In short, the biggest scam in Indian history may have never actually happened. So what was it then? A political weapon? Let's shift to 2010. India hosted the Commonwealth Games in Delhi. Instead of national pride, the headlines were all about corruption. Shoddy infrastructure, leaking ceilings, treadmills costlier than SUVs. Alleged embezzlement of rupees 70,000 crore. Once again, BJP tore into the Congress. Is this how you treat India's image before the world? The man in the hot seat? Suresh Kalmadi, head of the CWG organizing committee. He was jailed for 10 months in 2011 and in 2024 finally convicted, but not for rupees 70,000 crore. He was found guilty of awarding a rupees 141 crore contract for timekeeping equipment to Swiss timing at inflated prices. Yes, rupees 141 crore, not rupees 70,000 crore. A Delhi court on Monday, just 2 days back, accepted the ED's closure report in money laundering case against Suresh Kalmadi. Rouse Avenue Court Special Judge Sanjeev Agarwal said in his order, since during the investigations the prosecution has failed to make out an offence under Section 3 money laundering of the PMLA, as no offence under Section 3 of the PMLA has been made out or has been committed despite discreet investigations by the ED, therefore there is no reason to continue with the present ECIR. As a consequence, the closure report filed by the ED stands accepted. So was the CWG scam a hoax? The truth is the scam wasn't a hoax, but it was wildly exaggerated. Just like 2G, the numbers were weaponized. A legitimate case of procedural corruption became a political juggernaut. Did people loot public funds? Perhaps yes. But was it the tsunami-sized scam the BJP screamed about? Not quite. Now let's talk coal, the Coalgate scandal, which was the final nail in the UPA's coffin. The accusation: between 2004 and 2009, the UPA government allocated coal blocks without auction. The CAG said this caused a presumptive loss of rupees 1.86 lakh crore. Sounds familiar? Another imaginary number, another public frenzy. Once again, the ministers resigned, headlines scream betrayal, yet the damage was done. The UPA's image was shattered. Voters believed the narrative. The Congress was branded as irreversibly corrupt. It worked politically. In 2014, Narendra Modi launched a stormy campaign. His pitch: Congress has looted India, rupees 12 lakh crore in scams. He invoked 2G, CWG, Coalgate, Adarsh Housing, Sarda, Augusta Westland. The list went on. And he promised, na khaunga, na khane dunga. I won't take any bribes nor let anyone take. The BJP turned anti-corruption into its central plank. It wasn't just a poll issue. It became a national emotion. Modi won, the Congress collapsed. But here is the irony. After 10 years of BJP rule, almost no one has been convicted in these UPA-era cases. And no new mega scams have surfaced either. So was it all a show? Here is where it gets murkier. After 2014, something strange started happening. Opposition politicians who were under investigation suddenly joined the BJP. And in many cases, their cases mysteriously went cold. Let's look at a few real examples. Himanta Biswa Sarma, once a Congress leader, was under the scanner for his alleged role in the Sarda scam, one of the biggest chit fund scandals in India. But after he joined the BJP in 2015, the heat vanished. There has been no action since. Ajit Pawar, a senior NCP leader, was accused in the massive Maharashtra irrigation scam. After switching sides and joining the BJP-backed government in 2019, the case against him was not only weakened, it was closed twice. Ashok Chavan, former Maharashtra Chief Minister from Congress, was implicated in the infamous Adarsh housing scam. But after aligning with the BJP in 2023, the case was hit with a Supreme Court stay, and there has been no progress since. And these aren't fringe players. These are chief ministers, deputy chief ministers, and heavyweight political powerhouses. Not just names, but kingmakers. Even the CBI and ED, institutions that should function independently, appear to be conveniently selective. Opposition leaders get summoned, their properties get raided, but once they join the BJP, the heat disappears. Is this a coincidence, or is India witnessing Operation Whitewash? We were told there were scams worth rupees 12 lakh crore, enough to shake the foundations of any democracy. But here we are, over a decade later, not a single conviction stands tall. So the real question isn't just was the UPA corrupt, it is this: was the BJP just better at manufacturing a crisis? Better at weaponizing public anger while quietly absolving the very same people once they labeled as the enemy? Now here is my honest take. India doesn't just need cleaner politics, it needs cleaner justice. We deserve a system where facts matter more than headlines, where a change in party doesn't mean a clean chit. Selective outrage isn't accountability, it is manipulation. And immunity through defection, that's not democracy, that's a deal. If this story made you uncomfortable, good. That means you are thinking. Share it, talk about it, challenge it, comment your thoughts below, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to Lokmat Times and hit that bell icon, because here we chase no party line, just the truth. I am Tejas, and until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and never stop questioning what you're told.